like that. I 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 like that.
Shuck it, duck it.
Quack, quack.
What's up, my brother?
Ain't nothing up. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
The same old, same old.
Yeah, I know.
Just chilling in the neighborhood.
Hey, that's all we can do, man. You know what
Another
I'm saying?
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the signal at StreamYard. For some reason, it's been running a little behind for some reason. I can see because it ain't on this end, so it's got to be on StreamYard. So if anybody see any disruptions, it'll it's because the StreamYard is not on our side. It's StreamYard. It's the app.
Right.
Producer, put the ticker on.
Hey,
But we got a lot to cover tonight. Sandra is off because she has an appointment with work, and she's behind because I guess she's been partying too much, so she got behind with what she's supposed to be doing at work. So she got to work late tonight.
hey,
It's the end of the month report that she got to do.
that's the problem. Hey, they'll keep her hush. That's the only thing gonna keep her hush right there.
She better be getting with because her show starts in a few weeks, and she needs to be getting it right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know whether she's tuning in while she's working or not, but y'all know Air. She's on hiatus. She's on hiatus even from her own show. She got a show come on Friday night at 9, and she's on hiatus from that. So I get they say that she got a new boyfriend, and the new boyfriend is taking up all her time because we used to talk every morning. I don't even hear from my sister no more.
Man.
I don't even hear. She got this new boyfriend, and next thing you know, she had to take a little extended leave. And I don't know where your uncle at. Your uncle got mad, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, he got mad, and we ain't heard no more from him. Wasn't that 2 weeks ago? It wasn't last week. It was.
Nah. It's going on 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks now. They make 2 weeks. Yeah. And
it seemed like it seemed like 3 weeks. You know what? People got to understand this. And I'm gonna bring like this. me and you been knowing each other for forever, ever. Over close to what, 40 years? You know what I'm saying? Going, yeah. And we gonna bicker, we gonna fight, we gonna, we ain't
Not
gonna
always disagree.
we
Not
gonna always
always
disagree.
agree.
Right. We gonna always have issues. That's just the way it is. That's what the friendship is, no matter what. So at the end of the day, you can't take anything, you can't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? And even this, if it's personal, you're like, hey Jew, hey, why don't you meet me downtown? Let's have lunch, man. We need to talk about some stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what men's do. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that Mr. Charlie Brown not a man. He's a grown ass man. He's a man's man. But sometimes, man, if you got issues with anybody on your show or anything, let's say, hey, behind closed door, let's work it out. At the end of the day, get down, baby. At the end of the day, so don't. This a job. People don't realize this a job.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? This a job.
It is. Believe me, I know it's a job. I got to do 11, 12 shows and got 4 or 5 more coming up.
I know it.
So just think about this every day for me.
You're right.
I'm putting in a lot of work.
Right.
But we're building something over here that we don't want to let go. Yeah. And we're in the community doing what we got to do to make the information shareable to everybody. Because if the people that's watching here, y'all need to share it with people so that they can see it, so that they can get the information just like you getting it. We appreciate all our people that are there every week. Mr. Donnie Black, Joanne, Dr. Betty Jones, Audrey Kennedy, Kearney, Sherelle Grant, always there. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. And y'all just share. And, we're going to have some changes coming later on. Y'all will see it in a couple of weeks or so. New everything. So, it's just an upgrade to what we're doing.
Right.
We don't want to let the cat out the bag right now because we got a lot that we will be bringing to you. We got Dr. Bryant. I see he's in the studio, so he's in the green room. So he'll be coming on in a minute. I don't know. He'll let himself in, or does he? Oh, okay. Well, the producer will have to let him in. There he is.
Bernard, you didn't have to do this number here. I saw you. You ain't had to come for me like that. Bernard, look, Julius. Bernard put his nephew all on me the other night. That was a setup right there, boy. That was a setup.
That was a good.
He got me together.
Good debate.
Hey, I loved it. The brother is smart. Shaw, he got me together. I had to go running. I wasn't running. I was scared.
Both of those twins were. Yeah.
Man, them brothers are smart, man. I appreciate them.
Yeah. All the nephews was some good dudes.
But they about to jump me, Julius.
And Eric, he at work instead of being where he's supposed to be at. Eric at work. I want those Eric to be on there. Eric, my boy.
Yeah, man. I appreciate them though. They smart. I like anybody that push the envelope.
Right.
And Jamel, what James' son name? Jamel.
Jamel.
That's a young man that's on the move and upward bound. Yeah, that's what I like about that. Yeah. Well, we got a bunch of stuff today, and let me turn this thing down. Okay, we got a bunch of stuff today that we want to be. So we'll get right into it in a minute. Just want to welcome everybody. Like I said, Sandra's off today.
Sandra off every weekend.
She got to work late because this is the end of the month reports that's due. So she's off.
Dr. B got on his mustard shirt. Go ahead, boy.
Look at man.
Oh man.
Look, man, I'm trying to be like Jimmy J. I'm trying to get big like Jimmy J.
Look like we got a special guest tonight too.
Hey, we do.
Special guest. Bring our special guest on in here.
Who that?
Yo, what's happening?
Oh Lord, I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm gone.
What's happening?
That brother got words on his white shirt. I'm gone. What's up, brother?
No, that's a special guest.
I met God.
Yeah, I
She's
love that shirt, man. I need that shirt.
I love that.
Man, you ain't had the suplex. Hey, man, you did me like Brock Lesnar, man. You ain't had to do me like that.
My bad, man.
No, I'm messing.
Awesome.
How everybody doing?
Proud of you, dude. Proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you,
That's
sir. How everybody
awesome.
doing?
Great. We glad you could meet us. Did you get the agenda?
I did get the agenda. I apologize. I did not go over the whole thing.
Don't worry about it.
We don't do it either.
You
Right.
It's cool, though. I mean, you know.
And Jew, and
Uh-huh.
Dr. B. When I seen that Sonya wasn't gonna be in, I said, okay, let me bring in a special guest. Remember you said
You knew I was, and that's why I got on. I said, "Who coming?" See, the spirit of God told me to get on here, but I'm gonna shut up tonight because this man gonna do me wrong. I ain't about to get thrown around the room.
You gotta put some baby all over you so when he grab you, he won't be able to grab you and throw you.
No, he can't grab me now. Cause see, and then Bernard gonna block me, talking about, "Don't touch me, don't touch me."
Okay, our first subject is, you know what I keep forgetting to do? I keep forgetting to send it to the producer. I don't know what's wrong with me because she could be done put it all in the put it all up before we even come on, and I forgot to send it to her. But our first subject is: does the food we eat cause Alzheimer's, and can the right diet help prevent it?
Well, if I could, gentlemen, I'll start with this because it's a personal topic to me, Alzheimer's. I don't know if y'all know this. One of the reasons that brought me back to Savannah was, one, I got elderly parents, but watching a mother with Alzheimer's, that's one of the most evil diseases there is on earth. And I will say this about the food we eat. We've got to be very careful about what we consume. The human body was not made to consume preservatives and all these chemicals and things that are in foods. And so, like, even myself, I've been guilty of just eating things and not watching what we're eating. So when it comes to like salts and preservatives and things, they put colors and things they put in foods, just look at some of that stuff because that's the reason why we have cancer. And I think that's a part of it. But, you know, even drinking cow milk, things like that, we're not supposed to be consuming. But as my dad would say, well, we've been doing all along. Well, it doesn't mean it's good for you. And so just be mindful of the things you eat, because I'm one who believes that chemicals create problems, even with medicine. Chemicals create problems. And so we got to be mindful of things that we put inside our bodies, because a lot of that stuff isn't made for us to consume.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead, big man.
Right. I mean, you know, I totally agree with that. Actually, back in 2012, my own father's mother, she actually died from that as well too. To where, you know, she had that disease, and you know, I slowly saw her, you know, I guess not become herself, to where she would call people who died 40 years ago. To where, I mean, it's crazy, you know, it's people who I never seen before who died 40 years ago who, you know, she was asking about, and, you know, and I guess trying to talk to, you know, and, you know, I think that it's a disease that, you don't want to watch your loved ones go through. I mean, it's very sad. But also, I think, you know, just to piggyback with what Dr. B was saying, you know, it's the food you eat, but I think that you got to drink water too. You know, you got to drink water, because water is somehow, or in some way, a cure-all for most major diseases. So, you know, you got to drink your waters as well too. You know, you can't be drinking liquor all the time or just juices. You know, drink your water as well.
Unless the liquor got ice in it, which turns into water.
I don't know that's what he meant.
Water.
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, I know. Just putting a little light touch of humor in it.
Yeah.
You know, one of what you saying, Bernard?
And you're right. Both of y'all, you know, absolutely right. People don't realize this is that when people say, all time, they don't take it serious. They don't really take it serious. The first thing they think about that people getting old. They getting old and they forget, and that's what's going on. But it's not like that. It's. I remember I was working at the hospital, and I went in this patient room, right, and she was 82 years old. She was 82 years old, but she was talking and had memory like she was like 24, 25. And she was smart. And she was telling the doctors what to do and what's wrong with her and what to say. So people think, yeah, you get old and not. It's a disease that I think we all need to get your grasp on it and put it out there and put it. And matter of fact, we need to take it and send it up to those fools up there in Washington, D.C. and really and truly, focus on that, because it's really. And then you know what? It's not just some people get all the time at age 30, age 40.
Yeah, I think some people's bodies are built to resist it, and because of your gene makeup. But I also think that it's the meat and the water and the additives, everything that these extra ingredients that to preserve food, to clean up the water, these chemicals they're using, and it causes something to happen in our brains.
Yeah.
You can tell because the first sign was mad cow disease. And it's something that they're doing to. It's always something that these pharmaceutical companies are doing to want to test on the population, on masses of people, so that they can put the drugs out there to cure it. Just like one of the subjects we're gonna get into later on about the next subject is COVID. And what I think about it.
Yeah. Who really and truly getting rich is these pharmacy companies. I'm telling you, they getting rich from this pandemic, from before the pandemic, the medicine and everything. They're making money. So
Ain't no question.
The more people
get sick,
the more money they make. Period.
That's it.
And if I could add to that, what is so interesting to me, give me 2 minutes, but I'm about to break this down for folks.
Mm-hmm.
You got folk like Buddy Carter out here peddling opioids and peddling prescription drugs. It's interesting how, and I'm not, I'm just saying it like this, how certain populations can legalize certain medicines. Now, let me remind you something. That blood pressure pill you take, that's going to trigger something else in your body to mess up. So now you got a cholesterol pill, it's going to trigger something else. So now you got 12 pills you're taking, that's tearing your body down. Again, we're not made for chemicals. What we don't learn about is natural medicines. Give you a great example. My mother went into the hospital about 2 years ago. Long story short, she had a blood clot. They wanted to give her this medication that was not good because if she would have even nicked her leg or hand, she would have bled out and died. Now, why the hell would you give somebody stuff like that? What I did learn was cinnamon, a natural agent, a plant, whatever, can be used to break down blood clots. So we've got to do a better job of finding natural ways of clearing this stuff up. The other thing is it amuses me how marijuana was so illegal, but now that certain populations found a good use for it, all of a sudden, wow, it's a great thing. So it just blows my mind that we have to be mindful that, one, we got to start being smarter about how we look at natural medicines and moving away from what we're told and challenging ideologies around what is a prescribed medicine or a prescription.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, because two things you can't live without, that's the brain and the heart. Can't live without a kidney either, or a liver. So it's a few items, party parts you just cannot live without. And you got to have it. And when the brain goes, the brain tells everything else what to do.
Yeah.
Right.
So we got to have that brain. And if it's telling it to shut down, that's what it's going to do. It's going to shut down.
Right.
Crazy thing about it is I know guys who's younger than me who looks 10 years older than me. you know,
Yeah.
and you know, and like, you know, like that's based off of, you know, the consumptions that they take, you know, let's say drugs or whatever, you know, cigarettes, blacks, you know, smoking weed or whatever, drinking, you know, drinking every day. You know, I mean, you know, I know some guys who's 25 years old who looks about 10 years older than me, you know. And I mean, it's sad. It's sad. So, you know, I would say you got to watch what you put in your body, and then also, you know, if you're going to consume it, just don't consume so much of it, because that could be detriment to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not only that,
Go ahead, Brian.
it's like, yeah, you watch what you put in your body, watch what you put in your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Watch what you put in your damn mind.
Exactly.
You know, right. Your mind, like you said, your mind control your body. You know what I'm saying? Everything. This go with everything. This go from food, women, males, or whatever.
Whoa.
That look good. It's damn good.
Whoa. This ain't Friday.
Hey, I know. Hey, it ain't Friday, but man, I'm just saying.
I'm like, whoa, I ain't nothing to go down.
It's after dark.
yeah. It's dark. Hey.
You mean the fork or the toe?
Shit, I mean, hey, if you sit to the table, right? I done got started now. I think this natural light done kicked in. If you sit to the table and you got a damn near whole table of food in front of you, and you eat that food, what you think gonna happen to you? You gonna be big as hell, and then you gonna wonder now why your blood pressure and all that shit is up. Come on now, you look what you eating on that table.
True.
So you it's a mind thing. You just, I mean, people gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. But I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna drink this natural light, and then I'm gonna get all ready up, and we're gonna have a good time tonight. Shit.
You ain't got the juice?
Hey, what I'm drinking is better than nut juice.
I need to get me some damn juice now. Give me about 5 minutes, man. Yeah, you know. Let me get loosen up a little bit. You know?
I know it. Hey, everybody take a deep breath, man. Hey, let's roll. Let's roll, man. This Wednesday night, middle of the week. Hey, let's do this. Let's do this.
Gotcha.
All ready?
Oh, we ready? Go. Producer.
Hold on 1 second. Where we at? Our next subject was COVID-19 getting worse or better. Y'all had to excuse me 1 second. I was typing it in because my producer, I think she's doing her homework.
And leave her alone now. Leave her alone.
You got some middle schools in there doing some work for you, man.
Yeah, I got some students back there doing work. That's my niece. She's a Savannah State Mass a communication major.
Okay. What's up, niece?
And you know she got a crush on somebody too, so we got to tell her.
Oh, see, look here.
I know she She saw somebody on the show last week. And she said, "Oh boy."
There you go, Brian. America, there you go, America.
There it is.
No, she wanted a single young man.
Hey,
Dr.
D, brown,
when you go to the bottom right,
it's wrong brown.
Exactly. It's a brown, but it's the wrong brown.
It's the wrong brown. Yeah.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
COVID-19 is getting better or getting worse. Have you had your booster shot yet?
Who's going first with that one?
You go ahead.
So is it getting better or worse? I mean, you know, that all depends on who you ask. I mean, for me, you know, I think it's getting better, in my opinion. The reason why I say that is because, I mean, you know, I don't really know anybody who's in my immediate, you know, who's really been majorly affected by it. I mean, and then at that, you know, just be honest with you, you know, I feel like I made more money during the pandemic than, you know, any other time in my life. So, you know, is it getting better or worse? I mean, I think that's more so a personal opinion. And last question, you said, have I been vaccinated? I mean, like that's a personal. Well, that's more private for me. So, you know, I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, and everybody respect those people that, because
Right.
one of the questions was that whether you think that if you're healthy and you know and you think that you can get by without getting it and not being infected and going off of the more over to the deep side than to staying healthy by what you eating and what your exercise and I guess your gene makeup. It affects different people different ways.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and that's one of the questions whether y'all think that it's your health that has is a contributing factor. We know that it is because if you have underlying conditions and you have bad health,
Yeah.
but suppose you don't have no conditions and you just I mean no health problems and you just a healthy person and you I guess then you need to eat right, take your vitamins, be doing the right things because it's something. And I believe that the drug companies know this. They know that it's something that you can do to prevent this. They just ain't gonna tell you because they rather sell the medicine to the government.
Yeah.
True.
I don't. You know what? We've been what? This going on what? A year and a half, almost 2 years with this pandemic. And sometime what I'm about to say, you know, it's gonna rub people the wrong way, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm just being strictly honest. So if you take it the wrong way, you know, drink some nut juice or whatever and get over shit.
The hell with it.
But,
So what you gonna say?
I like it worded.
I with me, I just want. We ain't gonna never have a normal life. We ain't gonna never have a normal life after this. We don't know when this thing gonna come over. You really don't know. With me, I had it. They say I had it, but this was back in last year in April. But I think I just was like tired and been on the road a lot and caught a little cold and I was fine because they asked me, I didn't have all that. I think if you really truly healthy, exercise, burn energy. For me personally, I burn a lot of energy. I work a lot. I don't pick up too much virus. I never had the flu shot, never have and never will take the flu shot. So everybody's body is different. I think we want to get back to a point where we've been talking about it, people's lives, you know, losing their lives and everything. I think it's kind of turned to where if you got the shot, it's okay. If you didn't get the shot, it ain't okay. Then you got people looking at you this way. You got people looking. At the end of the day, I know people took the booster shot, and still wind up getting it. So we really and truly, to be honest, y'all, on a real note, we don't know. Everybody's different, so we don't know what the hell's gonna go happen at the end of the day. All I'm saying is, hey, everybody just be safe and just pray and don't judge other people, because that's what get me.
Right.
People always judging other damn people for what they do.
Right.
You clean your damn house up.
Right.
Clean your house up.
That's right.
Clean your house up and stop worrying about my damn house. My house is good. Okay,
right.
Stop worrying about whether somebody took a shot and didn't get a shot. If you don't want to be around the person that didn't take it, then keep your ass home. At the end of the day, case closed. And that's all I got to say. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Hey, just pray. Just pray.
That's the bottom line right there. Pray.
Just pray.
And that's true. You gotta pray. And that's so that if you ain't saying that was a word right there. A lot of folks forget about the aspect of prayer. And if we pray and if you got a spiritual relationship and you understand that then you ain't got to worry about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if folk out here who want to run around and act silly and put themselves in danger, knowingly putting themselves in danger, and then want to get mad with folk, well, damn it, you went and did it.
Yeah.
That's like me going, and I tell people this all the time. You want to see some foolishness? Turn on TV Saturday at one of them games. You ain't gonna see their mask. So now, if I'm concerned about it, even though woo, I ain't about to go to no event like that because the Spirit of God has told me don't go up in that kind of crazy foolishness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta. I agree totally with everything you all just said, but you gotta have a mindset to own your own mess.
Yeah.
And follow your Spirit of God. Where the Spirit of God takes you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because what affect your body may not affect the next person's body. So you know, and if you sick, got really and truly got health issues, I think you should focus on trying to make sure that you stay healthy and you stay around people and everything. But at the end of the day, we really don't know. We don't have an answer for this Jew,
Yeah.
big man, and RGB. We don't have an answer for this.
No, we don't. No.
Right. And then also, just for me, all right, they shut down the country back last March, right? Okay. COVID, so if you tally it up from last March until now, that's about 18 months. Now, I don't know about you all, but, just to get approved for a medicine or some type of vaccine, it takes years. So you guys came up with the vaccine in 18 months. It really hasn't been tested properly. And you are telling us to put this into our body. I mean, I'm still young, I'm still trying to have kids, still trying to, live my life or whatever, what if, that shot affects me, what if it affects my wife, you know what I'm saying? To where now, hell, we can't have kids anymore. Or what if it damages us, mentally? I mean, I don't know if you all know, but there has been studies saying that, in black men, in men, but mainly in black men or whatever, youngsters now, between 14 to 17 years old or whatever, those charts are actually, affecting these guys mentally. So for me, let me do my own research on it. Let me take the time to make that decision on my own. I shouldn't have the government or these other agencies telling me what I should do, or even my job, because of that. Hell, my job sent me an email telling me, hey, if you guys aren't vaccinated by a certain date or whatever, that you guys are going to get let go, and that's not cool.
And you're right, because the New York governor declared an emergency in the state of New York because of staff shortages, because half of the employees do not want to take the shot. So there's an emergency declaration in New York City right now because they don't have the workers to work, because they refuse to take the shot. I can play devil's advocate. I respect everything that y'all have said. And, the shot is a personal decision. If you think you're healthy enough to get by, then by all means do it. I've had a lot of friends that I've lost that didn't take it. One that I got to go to the funeral on Wednesday. So 7 days from now. So I heard something that somebody said, good Pastor Leonard Small said, and I respect this man a whole lot. And he said something that made a whole lot of sense. He said, I'd rather be here than planning a funeral. He's saying, but it's a one-way ticket in that casket. Ain't but one person going at a time in that casket. Mm-hmm. And he said that we don't know what's in a bologna sandwich. We don't know what's in the aspirin. We don't know what's in the Whopper, but, and like I said, I respect everybody's decision to take it or not. I'm not afraid to tell anybody. I took it and planned on taking the booster because I know that there are underlying, I'm at that age now, and it's underlying conditions where I don't want to do nothing with my grandchildren or nothing and put them at risk. Or my kids or anything, because they're younger, and put them at risk. So that's just my personal choice. So, and I respect everybody else's personal choice.
Right.
Because if I'm protected, then and you're not, then 9 times out of 10, the one that's going to be more effective is the person that's not. So
you said
it's
you said a key word though. You said respect, and respect as in, okay, respect my privacy, whether or not I get the shot or not. That's the main thing. And whether I get it or not, that shouldn't be anybody else's business as well too. But I mean, I would say this here too. Even people who have COVID, I mean, who has the shot, even the booster shot, can still spread COVID as well too. So,
of course,
right.
Yeah, they can spread it, but they're probably gonna live. But they can spread it.
True. You're right.
Yeah. But one thing you have to realize though is that with the regulations that's coming in, and it is a private decision, but when these people ask you to see the card, they have a right to not let you in or not.
True.
You got a right not to participate, not to patronize that business.
Right.
You know what? Let me say this here. You got this the point that you got the white folks, you got black folks, you got Asian, you got all kind of different kind of nationality and color, and we all fighting each other. We all fighting each other. We all saying, "Oh, I don't like you, and I don't like this, and I don't like this." Now we got a pandemic that's came to us almost a year and a half, and look what's happening now. Look what's happening now. Now the pandemic got us separating. Now the pandemic got us thinking this and got us thinking that. And this, you know what I'm saying? We fighting. It is crazy. If y'all look at it the way I'm looking at it, it is crazy. And y'all know, y'all got people y'all probably done had an argument with over this. And that's it used to be we arguing about our color. Now we arguing about whether we get the shot or don't get the shot. And we people who's watching this show now, right? Because I love ATR media because we bringing it like we bringing it. And at the end of the day, we keeping it real. And some people don't even know the information until they watch us. Because you got other media hiding it and saying this and that. But to be honest, we is always we're gonna find a way in America to fight with each other one way or the other. We're gonna find a way. So it's just another way of we fighting with each other again.
Well, and here's the thing, two pieces to it. One, and I want to get y'all's feedback on this, but my thing is this: you got an option, right? And like the brother said, you got an option, and that's a person's personal option to be vaccinated. If you don't want to choose the option, my only thing is just wear your mask and whatever. The only thing is, just protecting yourself and your environment, right? It's the same thing when you have sex. You got an option. You know what comes if you don't follow that option. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Again, I agree. It's personal privacy and all of that with that. But my thing is, let me get y'all's opinion on this. I had a heated conversation with a good friend of mine that the theory out there is this was about population control, and then eventually got out of hand. What are y'all thoughts about that?
Who want to go first?
I want you to go first, brother. Big man.
Go ahead, big man.
Dropping it, man. I'm impressed. What you think?
Go ahead, big man.
To be honest, I do believe in population control. I do believe that there is a sentimental effort to have population control. If you look back at it, at China, folks don't realize this, but parts of China is shut down. It's like they're shutting down China because of this outbreak or whatever. But at the same time, though, China has over 1 billion people. Like, that's a lot of people. And think about it, it's the same size as America, same exact size. So if you got 1 billion people in an area that is super congested or whatever, you got to find a way to depopulate the earth. And then at this right here, look up the fourth industrial revolution. That's now maybe I'm saying it wrong, but that is pretty much, we are going away from using our hands, industrial type of work, to automation. So So for me, I'm an engineer. I work in that field to where, certain jobs that my dad could have got back in the day, those jobs aren't available. Let's say, okay, the post office, the post office to where, you'll get paid to scan packages or whatever. There's machines now that can do that to where, a lot of these jobs are getting obsolete. Most of these people, you don't need them anymore. And then at that, I look at Planned Parenthood. That's another thing right there, in my opinion, that I feel like is decreasing the Black population. That's just me. I'm not going to say that I support all abortion bills, but if you look at it, the large demographic of people who's going to these abortions look like me and you. You know what I'm saying? And that is decreasing our population. So I feel like there is a effort to depopulate, to depopularize the world, and it's harming us more than any other demographic. That is my opinion.
Okay. Digging deeper, I think that that there is a cure to this because I believe that it's man-made.
Yeah.
I don't believe that this is something that just naturally evolved into this world. I believe that this is a man-made, pharmaceutical engineered disease that they put in the world because of all the money they lost during the opioid crisis. And they lost a whole lot of money because of that in the lawsuits. And they had to regain that money. So they had to recoup it somewhere. So why not? They had this sitting on the shelf, and this was the perfect time. Put it out in the world. Yeah. Let's destroy a lot of people. Bill Gates wanted to do was get part of the world out of the way, and part of the population out of the way, so it could be a much smaller population in the world. I believe that is man-made, and that there is a cure. I think that there is a cure that you will never get it, never happen to you. And they are holding that. They've taken it. They are holding it, though. They want to give you just a diluted part, and that's that vaccine we get.
Well, check this out. Y'all remember when Trump got it, and all of a sudden these magical doses of stuff came out?
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
But there's only one of those in the world. Come on with that mess now. Don't play with me. But to Big Man's point, y'all can put together all these concoctions and not this mass production of vaccination. But Trump only there's only one for the president. Come on with that mess. I tell people, don't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. You're
it's
right.
Man-made.
Yeah.
It is man-made. All viruses are man-made. Any virus is a man-made substance.
Yeah. Don't always believe what you hear, and don't always believe what you see.
That's right.
And it's been out there when this happened that these folks, I ain't trying to call nobody out or whatever, these folks was in the lab and some shit happened. And that's why we in this pandemic now, and that's all I'm gonna say about it.
It was in Wuhan.
Yeah.
Wuhan, China.
Yeah, that's what happened. And now, okay, they trying to like, oh, nah, come on now, the less it is. Hey, do this here. Do your research.
Yeah,
and then you have your answer.
All right, we got another guest came on. What did Carl say? I don't care what y'all say. I am
taking a horse to warmer.
You know that. Hey, you know that thing.
You know what though?
Carl, we need you in the 5th district. Don't do that to me, bro. I still need you over there. We gotta hold some folks accountable. Don't take that shit.
You see, you know what though? So there's levels. So there's levels to that horse dewormer. Actually, it's called invertamine. And so actually that type of, that type of drug, the maker of it actually won the what's it called? Yeah, exactly. So he won that because of that drug. So actually it's levels to the drug. That drug is used to treat horses but it's another dose of it that humans can take to where, it could treat them as well too. So,
Right.
When you look at the media or see CNN or Fox News or whatever, when they're talking about the horse dewormer, well, folks taking the horse dewormer, they took the wrong drug pretty much. They took a higher elevated dose than what they should have taken.
The horse can take it. We can't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that same drug at a lower dose,
Can help.
studies have been found that it could truly, help you fight COVID.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna introduce it in some kind of form after a while, and everybody will have the cure. Like Bernard said, I haven't taken the flu shot in 15, 16 years. Made me so sick one day that I thought I was gonna die. So I never took it again. And I'm serious. I never taken it again. This was 2007 or 8 or something like that. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Right.
Natalie, welcome, Natalie. How you
Hello,
doing?
Natalie.
Hey,
Hey,
family.
Natalie.
She was so gracious enough, since we wanted a woman's voice and a woman's perspective, and Sandra was off tonight. So she said that she would come in and replace Sandra. But Sandra, you just like Sandra, you late.
Look, I was in business. I'm here.
Give her a pass. Give her a pass.
I like that.
Well, we went through the first two subjects. We're on the next subject now.
All right.
And we the first two was unless you want to give your, you want to expound on the COVID-19 shot, if you want to say something.
I just believe it's a personal decision. That's why there's HIPAA laws. It's a personal decision. Do what you're gonna do. And then I heard somebody say earlier, but if you choose to go to these events with large masses of people and no mask, then that's on you. But I'm not going to those events. Vaccinated or unvaccinated, I'm not going. That's too much.
Right.
All right. Well, you first up on the next question, on the next topic. And the next topic is, you are first up. All these mass shootings. What's going on?
Well, these are the last days. No, maybe not.
What's going on? It's on you.
It is a result. It is evidence. In the nonprofit world, I would say it's an outcome. It's the result of neglect in the community. It's the result of the cutbacks that they've been doing year after year for programs for mental health. It's a result of a layered mess of neglect and deliberate neglect, and so we're seeing the result of doing that. That's the result of not providing those services. That's the result of closing down those mental institutions. That's the result of not having community centers open in in certain communities, in those marginalized communities. It's the result of not paying people a living wage. That's the result. It's the result. I don't know how to put it. That's my 2 cents. Blink, blink.
All right, go ahead, big man.
Hey, so I don't know if you guys see, but it's a few folks coming, I guess, trying to come for me well, I wouldn't even say come for me, but you guys, I guess, have an opinion about what I said about Planned Parenthood, right? And I see somebody say, well, yeah, you're right. It should be a woman's choice. First, I never said that there shouldn't be a woman's choice. I said that pretty much when it comes to Planned Parenthood, I believe, in my opinion, that it is affecting our population of people than any other race, because and also I do believe that it is a woman's choice. If a woman wants to on the side to have an abortion, that's her choice. But at the same time, though, in my opinion, I feel as if, okay, the only way abortion should be the option is if, for one, a woman is raped, and then two, if, no, seriously.
You funny. It's their choice, though, right? It's their choice. But now I got restrictions on the choice. You just contradicted your own word.
No, okay. So I said, but see, I said, in my opinion, though, which, okay, I said, okay.
But when you speak your opinion, you need to speak truth and not misinformation.
How is it not truth, though? How is it not true? That's my truth. That's my truth.
Your truth.
You have your own truth.
Well, no. I'm saying what you just said. You just said it's a woman's choice to do what she wants. And then you said, if she has been this or if she has been that. You contradicted your own word.
But that's my opinion.
I'm not using nobody else's words, but your words.
Okay, cool. But see, I'm telling you how I feel, though. I feel this way because but see, look though, right? Look, but see, okay, reasons why we may disagree, you know what I'm saying? Is okay. I disagree because of different reasons, though. Not because, I feel like abortion should be outlawed. I said that I feel that way because I feel like it is decreasing our population. You got to realize, right? Okay, before Black people was the second minority to whites. Now, hell, we at damn near fourth. It's whites, Hispanics, and then Blacks. You know what I'm saying? So for different reasons or whatever, I feel like, we should reconsider having abortions because I feel like before you know it, for one, our vote isn't going to count. Why? Because for one, our Black population has decreased. So it's reasons behind why I feel the way I feel. But at the same time, though, that's just my opinion.
Right.
Just
and
me.
We respect that. We respect that because and to tell you the truth, is whites, Hispanic, Black, Asian, rather the same.
Exactly.
So we are losing population, and it's amazing that the Republicans want to put something in place that's going to help our population when they really don't want us to be in control. And that, you think about it, why are they doing that with these abortion laws?
You see, it goes deeper than that, though, because you got to realize, too, the white race is dying as well, too. It's like, well, I ain't gonna get into all that, but I mean, hey, it's levels to it. It's levels to it.
Yeah.
Next show.
Right.
Next show.
And you're right. My thing is this, and it's like I'm pushing. I'm like in the middle, and I'm tug of war with a lot of stuff. At the end of the day, it's like I'm 59 years old, okay, and I got one leg in and one leg out. And at the end of the day, our young generation, gonna have to take over one day. And so if we got young generation that's willing to take over and willing to go and do what they need to do to make sure that their kids can live a good life and moving forward, we shouldn't be criticizing our young generation for trying to speak their mind or speak with how they feel about things at the end of the day. And I think that's what's wrong with the society itself right now. And like I said, I've been coaching for 24 years, and I hear this all the time from my young kids and my kids that I coach everything. We need to give them an opportunity to fail instead of people failing them before they even go out there to have the opportunity to fail. Everybody have their own opinion. And we need to start listening. We, as older folks, need to start listening to some of these young folks that got a mind of their own. And then whatever you gonna say, they ain't gonna put. Hey, if I say, hey, that house right there on fire, they ain't gonna believe that house on fire until they see that house on fire. At the end of the day, so we need to give them more credit than what we giving them at the end of the day, and that's my opinion. And I always been like that. Period.
I just got one question, and then I want to hear from Natalie as well because I see her back there smiling, so she has an opinion. I know, and I apologize for cutting you off as well too. I'm sorry about that. I want to hear your opinion since you are the only woman on the show. But I got one question. All right, you older, okay? Do you older people feel like my generation or our generation is capable of handling? Or are you guys comfortable passing the stick to my generation right now?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to
I'm
answer that
comfortable.
question?
Yeah.
I answered Dave Natalie can finish it. I'm comfortable handing the baton to you all because I think that you all are free thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
We were not free thinkers when we were coming up because we were all in the same little boat trying to get to the same place. You all are everywhere trying to do different things, which is good, I think.
I respect
So
that.
I'm comfortable giving it to you all. I think that the young man is what we need to be grooming. These older people like myself, even though I look 36, I'm 60 in a few months. We need to just mentor you all. That's
Yeah.
all we
Right.
need to do. But we need to let y'all have free reign to
Right.
do what y'all want to do. But we need to let y'all see how it works so that y'all can make it better. You know,
Right.
and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's just my thought.
Right.
Natalie?
I
Oh,
think it
great.
needs partnership. What we have not done, especially in the Black community, is we have not done a good job of, like Native Americans and Latino families do, is passing information down. They do that quite well, and we have gaps, right? And a lot of what we suffer from now, we repeat because we don't pass knowledge. So what we've got to do is partnership. That's one of the great things I see that Julius and Jay and folks like that do. They partner with folks and they help to groom them. And then they step back and, like Bernard said, the person will fall, but they'll be there to kind of support them. But I think it's a partnership,
Mm-hmm.
because there's just even, and I'll use my dad for example. There's good things that I learned from him, but there's also things that I'm like, I need you to think different on. So I think there's a place. It's a both and. It's kind of how I look at it.
Right.
Right. Go ahead,
Natalie?
Natalie.
We waiting on you.
Go ahead, Natalie.
There you go. Listen, I'm gonna start doing that, but no.
I know it. I got to put my glass. I know it.
First thing, I never stated an opinion on the issue of Planned Parenthood. All I did was respond to your comment. I
Right.
didn't say whether I agree with you or disagree with you. Then I got the whole soliloquy as if I was criticizing. No, I'm saying to you, let me say it in a more mentoring, old wise person with gray hair way.
Right.
Watch your words
Right.
when you speak because you contradicted yourself.
Right.
That's all. I didn't take a position.
All
I'm
right. So
trying
what's
to
your
just
position on what he said about passing the baton to the youngest?
on the I believe we already are. I mean, if you maybe not in Savannah. Savannah is Savannah when it comes to passing any baton. Everybody got to pray on it for 65 years to make a decision so small whether or not to change the doorknob on the church door handle. I mean, it's very different down here. But I mean, Baltimore's mayor is what, maybe 30 years old, 31, 32. I can't remember how old he is, but he's the mayor of Baltimore and he's doing a great job. And he's brought an amazing amount of innovation and new ideas and new opportunities, financial opportunities specifically for people of color. So I believe that the batons are passing. There's a gentleman in the Senate, I believe from Michigan, extremely young man. Um, I think it is very important to pass the baton. But it also, like you said, the mentoring is key. And the one thing with the mentoring that's very key is you have to remain teachable on both sides. Young people, if you're having a mentor, you can't just blow off everything they say as well, that's just an old way. Because
Right.
understand there's a reason for old ways, for
Right.
certain things. And there's methodologies and strategies. And when it comes to, I'm just going to touch on this in a real umbrella type of way. Population control has always been a thing in the world. If you look at history, I was a history major in school. Okay, so it's always been a thing in
Right.
all civilizations. Okay, but understand this when it comes to our community. Yes, we're being killed by gun shots and all of those type of things, but we're also being killed by our diet, heart disease, diabetes. Those things are killing us just as fast, if not faster. We have to understand that there is a layered strategy to controlling the population. It's not just one thing, and I'm certainly not going to pick an organization that does the thing. People that Planned Parenthood, that's all they do is offer abortion services. No, they offer low cost, or if not free, mammograms, pap smears. They offer services for people. So I'm not going to condemn an entire agency for one service that they provide. When they provide, the reason why you see so many of us there is because of the cost of their services. There's a lot of other looking people who are lighter than us, who get their services done by their private physician. Don't think they ain't getting it done.
Right.
We just don't see it.
Yeah.
Okay. I worked in social services. So that's what I got to say on that.
Well, my thing is this. I want to clear something. I got two things. I want to clear something up on abortion, and then I want to say, about passing the torch. I think every woman in America, have the right to do whatever they want to do, with their body. Nobody should tell them what to do or what not to do at the end of the day. And I think a lot of people, misunderstood a lot of stuff when people say, okay, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. Everybody's situation is totally different. I'm not going to tell a woman what to do with their body. I'm not going to tell somebody, do this or do that, because everybody's situation is totally different. And that's what people need to realize. The ones in Texas, the ones in California, one everywhere. Everybody's situation is totally different. So if somebody decides to say, "Hey, I want to have an abortion," then that's them. That's they. Respect them, because you can't tell nobody what to do or what not to do. At the end of the day, because everybody's situation is different. At the end of the day, and that's how I feel. That's me personally. That's my personal bit how I feel about it. But and then, far as passing the torch to the young generation, I don't think we passing the torch to them, for them, with them, whatsoever. At the end of the day, because we as old folks always want to hold on to something, always thinking that they're gonna lose something. They don't want to go sit in their damn rocking chair and go rock somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They thinking their mindset is they think their mindset is the right way. It's not always the right way, because if it was the right way, we still wouldn't be in the position we is now. Our black community still wouldn't be in the same damn position we in now. We still fighting, trying to get our rights for every damn thing in this country. And y'all will say, "Oh, it's the old way." Sit your ass down somewhere, please. And I'm
you
sorry.
Just said something though.
You ain't right.
Go ahead, big man. We got 2 minutes left on this subject.
All right, 2 minutes. All right, so you just said something just now. Far as our freedom and our rights or whatever. You got to realize, okay, people may think that 1865 was when blacks were free. No, really, it was in 1968. That's when the bill passed or whatever. Not not far as slavery go, but I mean just far as giving us equal rights to everybody else. So you think about it, we really just got free by 50 years ago.
Some of us think we've been free all their life because Lord, don't get me to talk about it. Some of them think they've been free all their life because when they gain status, they think that they've never been poor. They think that everything has always been right in the world, and they don't need to be able to correct anything. That's the problem with us when we get in these positions of leadership and responsibility. We don't understand that you got to look at the people behind us. Passing the torch, I'd rather give it to these young people, because now coming up, these young people got compassion. They understand that it's about all of us, and it's about the people that don't have. They understand what compassion is. Before 50 years ago, these people didn't understand nothing like this. It was just white people were better than black people. That's all it was. That's what they thought.
Also too, with my generation, we also interact with people outside our race as well too. Back then, you were kind of like on the fence. Hell, be honest with you, prior to me leaving Savannah or whatever, I always had this thing to where, you know, if you ain't black, I ain't fucking with you. Just being real with you.
Yeah.
But you know, you gotta see the world. It's like, you know, I ain't bragging or nothing, but you know, I done been all across this country working or whatever. You know, I don't work with Asian folks, white folks, Mexican folks, and one thing I learned, they all borrow our culture. They all love, you know, they all love our music, you know, our fashion and everything. And really, you know, they want to be a part of that, you know, that whole culture or you know, like whole drip or whatever. And one thing I think that we need to do is start thinking outside the box, because also, like in Atlanta, there's a little Asia, there's a little Mexico. I see it, and I'm saying, man, like, okay, well, where's a where's a little Africa? Where's a black population where the whole strip is just completely black?
They call it the ghetto.
Yeah,
you're right, but at the same time, though, that ghetto ain't making no money for us, though.
Not exactly.
Yeah.
We gotta have some economic drivers that we could put ourselves in the position to form our own little community, like the Nation of Islam wanted to do. You know, it's a prime example.
Big man for president.
Huh?
Big man for president.
Yeah, big man. Big man.
Hey, y'all
you need to come back home. Come back home and let Dr. Brian and Jay groom you.
Hey, you know what? Hey, I'm laughing, right? And this on a serious note.
I'm gonna make it real brief.
Go ahead, G.
Hold on. For all the politicians that want to control a woman's body, take that energy and that money, solve homelessness and solve hunger. Worry about that before worrying about somebody else's body.
And give us some reparations.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that.
Give us a bill.
On the last thing on that, before we move on to our next subject is, I know we got a whole lot of debate going on the side. Evanity saying some great stuff here. A man would never understand what it is to be a woman, so a man has no right to tell a woman what she can and cannot do with her body. There are so many different reasons why a woman may choose to get an abortion, and trust me, it's never a happy place when a woman has to endure that, regardless of the circumstances. It's not always, huh?
I can imagine that's got to be an emotional journey.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody.
For a woman to go through.
Decide someone. It's not an easy decision. I can just imagine that.
Yeah. And Carl said it's not a matter of passing the baton. In some cases, the baton needs to be taken. And he's exactly right. You got some people that just don't want to pass it. They're 70, 80 years old, still in the way, getting in the way, and not trying to teach nobody or pass the baton. So you're absolutely right. Ivan said he remembered on the series Dallas, Jock Ewan telling his son Bobby, nobody gives you power, you take it. And that's absolutely correct. And on the last thing before we move on to this next subject, I only know, and I'm gonna touch on this abortion thing. I believe that we need to keep it down as much as we can. I believe in that a woman has a right, but I believe that there's only two people that should have been aborted in this whole world, and that's Donald Trump and Jody Hawks. And so I'm gonna move on to the next subject. All these mass shootings, what's going on? That's what we supposed to be on. Don't y'all go back to no other subject now.
Oh, okay.
Because we talk about this here. The guy walked in the grocery store, Kroger, or whatever that is the other day. No, he was working in there. They told him to clock out and cash butt home, but he went and shot 15 people, killing one.
Thing. I am all for the Second Amendment. I love it. It's great, wonderful. The problem is we got folks out here with assault rifles. If you ain't going to nobody's war, you don't need no assault rifle in your house, period.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah,
that's correct.
But you know what? On people can sit around and they can judge other people, and they can go and say, hey, this person not fit to be running for mayor of Point Wentworth because of his background or whatever, and this and that. At the end of the day, people need to realize you don't know what people be going through. You know what I'm saying? People be sitting behind the wall and their mind playing tricks on them. And they come out and instead of them harming themselves, they want to harm other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People don't know. It can be somebody can be right now, either go kill themselves or kill somebody else. And we, you may be the last person that person talked to.
That's right.
So you got to watch what you say to people. You got to watch what you say. And if you come and close to somebody that you don't know, just be passionate about it, because you don't know what that person going through. Everybody think they know what's going on in people's damn house. You don't know what's going on in nobody's house but your own damn house. So you got to be passionate about other people, because if you could set them off some way, somehow, something set that young man or whoever off for him to do that. And that's why all these shooting is going on. You don't know what these people going through. Right is right and wrong is wrong. It's wrong to go kill somebody that you don't know. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. But how long we was trying to get gun control and we still ain't got it? How many, how long?
That's a bunch of bull. What we need, since we can't do gun control, Natalie said it right earlier. We spend so much time on COVID. We spend so much time on going to a doctor about our physical health. We don't spend enough time on people's mental well-being. Let me give you a personal story, and I don't tell people this. I've never been one who would say I had a mental issue or mental illness concern. But when you're around, we talked about Alzheimer's earlier. When you come home to a parent with Alzheimer's and the other one is having stability issues, and you got other things going on in your family, that has a lot of mental weight on a person. The stress level goes up, and not to mention, I ain't even dealt with my own stuff. I finally said, let me go get some kind of therapy. They put me on antidepressants. Well, think about a person who can't manage or think through that stuff. We've got to start doing a better job of attending to people's mental well-being as we do talking about physical well-being. It's a very serious issue. It's the difference between a mass shooting or somebody killing themselves, and it's a very serious issue that we don't deal with enough.
And you're absolutely right. You ain't ARG. Trust me. You ain't the only one. Believe me. I had people constantly telling me, maybe you need to go talk to this person. Maybe, like I say, reason why I'm so passionate about saying you don't know what's going on in other people's house. You don't know. Just because you see somebody smiling 32 damn teeth, and that smile can be a fool.
That's right.
I smile because I hide shit. I'm the type of person, you don't know what's going on with me because I'm always smiling, but your ass don't sit around and ask, say, you know what, brother, what's going on with you? How you doing? That's the problem. People don't never say, well, how you doing? Just because you see that damn smile, that don't mean I'm doing okay.
That's right.
Yeah, that's correct. That's absolutely correct.
And if I can just interject right quick, don't think that this new way of life, the sudden change that we encountered in March of 2020, has not mentally affected all of us. It has affected every single solitary person, whether they want to admit it or not. We do not live like we did in February of 2020. It's only a year and a half later. We don't live the same. And that has I try to explain, like, when I was a kid, we played and wrestled and were in groups with each other and played horse in the pool. Like, my kid has to social distance. You understand what I'm saying? He's not going to have the childhood. He's not going to have the things that we take for granted right now, just trying to survive. So I think, that mental health is serious, but it also plays a big role in the state of the community now, and whether it's the Black community or the whole community.
Is it because the environment is softer now when it was harder back then, or what? Because it ain't us doing a whole lot of it. Out of every 10 or 15 is probably one person of color that's doing. This guy here was Asian. His name was UK Tang. He shot 15 people, killed one, then he killed himself. And that's a hard pill right there. When you kill yourself, you don't know, like Bernard said, you don't know what that person is going through. Right. And they told him to clock out and go home. And
but what was he stressing? We don't, like Bernard said, we don't know he could have been stressing. The pandemic could have killed a bunch of people he knows. He could have had people from, so you don't know what someone's dealing with.
Yeah.
In this day and age, right now, the pressure is real.
And Facebook is so backwards on what they do. They'll put us in Facebook jail, or censor us, give us a warning for violation of community standards. But then you got a guy that has a whole page dedicated to me that's harassing me, but the page is still up. Right. Suppose I was to go off.
Yeah.
Right.
But Facebook let this stay on, and they've been warned about it, and they still let it go on. Yeah. But I'm sane, but suppose there's a crazy person that he's doing this to that just can't take it and go handle it.
Yeah,
I would say this.
They want to censor us for a word.
Yeah.
But here there's a whole page dedicated to harassing and bullying, and they do nothing, like they don't see it.
And me and Facebook, and I'm gonna tell you, me and Facebook, me and whoever it was, we went at it almost half a day, and I explained to them that shit was wrong, and this guy bullying you, and this guy putting it. So why is so right for him to leave that up there? At the end of the day, because he's the right color. That's why they left that shit up there. If it was me or you putting somebody, white folks, to say and harassing all that, they'd have been there, tuck it down. Yeah. Facebook got personal shit that they put up and personal they don't want to put up, but they want to put me in jail every now and then when I say something or when I do something. At the end of the day, Facebook need to get it right, because right now you letting that man harass this man and you doing wrong, and it's absolutely totally wrong. It's absolutely totally wrong. At the end of the day,
they're lucky. They're just lucky. I'm just a sane person and don't bother me.
Yeah.
But but I just thought it was a double standard. So I say, hey, well, how can he do this and I can't do this and I can't say this? But you want to put me in jail for saying a word.
Yeah.
You want to put me in jail for 7 days one time because of what somebody else said on the platform. 3 days one time for what I said about somebody being of a different animal species. So what the hell? But this guy can sit there and call me all kind of names all day long, and he stays on.
Yeah.
Double standard.
Hey guys, I'm gonna just so just to answer your question as far as gun control go. I feel like the Second Amendment is there for a reason, and I own a few guns, and to be honest with you, I need more. And now, mind you now, I'm not out here shooting anybody or out here wilding or whatever. But see, the thing is though, why would I get back my guns when they ain't get back their guns yet?
Oh snap!
That's all I'm saying. Because see, the thing is, the moment you get back your guns or whatever, that's when they have the authority to come into your house and harm you.
That's right.
So my thing is, for a black woman or a black man, arm yourself because you never know what can happen. And then at that, for me being in Savannah and then moving to Atlanta, it's more crime up here than I actually realized. I used to stay on Farrell Street in West Savannah in the hood. I'm talking about the hood.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, at times I felt more safe there than some places up here, because for one, you got folks coming in from out of town for one, and then two, you got people who just don't give a damn. Yeah. And how I see it is, I would rather it be you than me. As far as okay. If somebody coming to rob me or whatever, and I got my own weapon on me or whatever, I'm gonna harm you before you harm me and my family.
Yeah, better be tried by 12 than carried by 6. That's the old saying. And one of the things that Elder Ned Williams said, and it was so prolific that I want to repeat it. He said that to the young brothers that we need to reach out to, and we need to have meetings with these guys. And we need to tell them, Don't give your guns up. They want to take your guns. Don't give your guns up.
Yeah, I'm not
He's
giving my guns up.
absolutely correct about that. He said, don't give your guns up. Just stop shooting each other with it. He said,
Exactly.
because if you take your guns up, if they take all your guns, you cannot protect your community then. They're free to come in and do whatever they want to do.
Big man made me think about something. When you said that, Julius, it made me think about something. So think about how many black and brown folk are incarcerated and their gun rights are taken away.
Yeah.
It goes what Big Man just talked about. Think about that.
Can I?
Go ahead, Natalie.
That's deep.
Go ahead, Natalie.
It's even deeper than that, because if you're paying attention right now, and because I only been paying attention because I've been shopping, but the ammunition for guns that are more prone to be in the black community is scarce right now. It is scarce. It is hard to get bullets for,
and that shit expensive.
45.
You can't find. Yep.
You can't find them. So what they're doing is, even if we keep our guns, they're taking the ammunition.
Man,
pay attention. This thing is layered, baby.
You used to can go to Walmart and buy bullets. You know, now hell, you can't even buy bullets in Walmart no more.
For certain types of
right.
Go to Amazon.
For certain types. Even on Amazon, I did the search.
Now it's deep when Amazon.
See, like, do you know who's?
Pay attention. Question. I'm serious. It's scarce.
Question. So, do you know who's the number one demographic buyer of guns right now?
I believe it's, well, I don't know if it's us, but I know there was a huge rise in gun purchases from African Americans within the last, since George Floyd.
Black women. Well, black women are the number one buyers of guns right now. Why? Because I mean, you know, if I got a wife or whatever, you know, and she's going to the gas station pumping gas or whatever, and hell, somebody come over here and you know try and do anything to her, she has the right to defend herself. In Georgia and in Florida, as you all know, there's a stand your ground law. So if somebody come and fuck with you any type of way or whatever, to where you feel harm, you are obligated to kill that. Well, I wouldn't say kill, but whatever happens to that person is, you know, happens to him. That's self-defense. Yeah. So for me, I'm not giving away none of my guns. They got to come and take that from me because, you know, I got a wife and I got a kid I got to protect. And I ain't letting nobody handle me or, you know, trying to handle them. I'm sorry. You know, now what I do think that we do need is stronger background checks because it's a lot of people with mental issues who are getting guns. That's the issue. You got mental issues or some folks who are red flags. You know, I don't believe that they should have a weapon because, you know, they are unpredictable. You know, you don't know what they're going to do. But for like the working men and women like you know, us five or whatever, who, you know, go to work, do what we supposed to do or whatever. I think that, you know, having a gun is pivotal, especially right now.
Well, I can't carry a gun right now. I'll get my rights back out the wild, I guess. These are the only guns I can carry right now. So I'm about to have to deal with that. Every time that cow would see me, he'd go the other way and hold his head down. But
all us have good point. All us had a good point of view. All us had a good point of view about the guns and everything and protecting your family and everybody have the right to protect your family and do what you need to do to make sure they're safe.
Right.
But in the code of law, we are guilty until proven innocent.
That's correct.
They are innocent until proven guilty. Case closed. Producer, next subject.
And the last thing on this subject is keep your eyes open, keep your ears open when you go in these places, grocery stores, malls, everything, you know, and just be very cautious in everything you do, especially the women going to these gas stations and everything else. These boys like to jump in the car and steal them.
Right.
So just watch yourself. You gotta be vigilant all over. Y'all make sure y'all share this so that people can know. Next subject is Chris Cuomo, CNN anchors sexual harassment. Now this is we gonna spend a long time on the next three subjects because all we got is about 30.
Break down real quick. And this go back to his brother, the governor. I don't know if everyone knows. Chris's brother is the governor, a former governor of New York. Now, this how it was broke down to me recently, and I believe this theory. Who was getting all the heat in New York? Who was getting all the heat because of all that tax stuff? Trump. What better way to deflect all that bull crap from you than to put the heat on somebody else?
Bless you. Mm-hmm.
That's correct. Why Trump ain't never been charged with the Me Too movement? This is my biggest question. Trump should have been charged. Number one, he's a worst pedophile and everything in the history of this country, and he became the president.
Yeah.
Mind you, y'all. First of all, Chris told us he don't mess with women no more. I don't know if y'all was there, but I heard it. Number two, ain't no way no governor gonna get away all these years, and he been in the political limelight all these years to get to governor. Ain't nobody said nothing. Come on now. So you know, basically, money talks. So Trump engineered all of this.
Yeah, I think that Trump shouldn't. I mean that Governor Cuomo, all these women that came up with the charges, I think they were just like with Bill Cosby. I don't believe that they were founded. They're unfounded to me, and they should have said something when it happened. Now all of a sudden, all of them got nerve 30 years later to come and say something. In Chris Cuomo's case, this was his boss that said that she sexually harassed her. His boss. How the hell you sexually harass your boss?
Right.
Come on. Because all she got to do is fire you, eh?
Yeah. And you know why?
I got a question.
You know why they're coming after
Go ahead.
coming after him? The reason why they're coming after him because he didn't say any negative thing about his brother.
There it is.
What damn man that love his brother gonna get on national TV and talk about his brother?
Correct.
You stupid. I mean, and at the end of the day, they should flip it. She probably harassed him. You know what I'm saying? You got women's harassing men's at the end of the day. And the people don't realize this Me Too moment came up with this black lady. I don't forgot her name, but she came up with it, right? Okay. And so now you got the white young lady, you got them. They just done took it and took it in a whole new direction. A whole new direction. But I guarantee you, when that black woman came up and said came up with this Me Too, and the person that she said that harassed her or whatever, they still ain't brought that person to justice. But soon as one white lady came up with that, now you in jail. Now all of a sudden everybody coming up, Me Too. At the end of the day, it's a bunch of BS. And far as with Trump, he's a B. He's gonna always be. At the end of the day, Trump is the one behind all this Cuomo's. Him and his boys. And what he gearing up for is 2024. And if y'all don't wake up, we're gonna be in trouble. We're gonna be in damn trouble. And that's all I got to say.
Okay, for me, I want to hear Natalie's opinion for one about this, and then go ahead, Natalie. I want to hear your opinion because, for one, I don't want to speak on the Me Too movement based off of how I feel without hearing it from a woman's point of view. So, I'll go ahead and I guess enlighten us on your opinion on it.
Okay, I'm gonna give my opinion on it. This is not women's opinion on it because, in my opinion, may certainly different. It don't take 30 years to accuse somebody of sexual assaulting. It is one thing if it were to come out and he wasn't in the news. This was orchestrated. This was and I knew it was going to be orchestrated. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to happen because here's the bottom line. Who made Donald Trump look like the dumbest and biggest chump during the pandemic? It was Governor Cuomo.
Yep. Touchdown.
He made him, Governor Cuomo acted presidential in the very height of the pandemic and made Trump look like a straight idiot. The way he handled his state, the way he handled his announcements and informing the citizens, he made Donald Trump look like the idiot that he is. And therefore, Donald Trump has a full vendetta against him and his family because that's how Donald Trump is. He is a narcissistic, evil man, and that's just who he is. When it comes to the allegations, I don't believe. Not that I don't believe the women. I'm not going to sit there because I wasn't there. Okay, but my point is, why now?
Right.
Why you come out now?
Yeah. And in the world of technology that we have, they could get video recordings, they could get audio recordings, but they don't have nothing. All it is an allegation because a man is going to be a man when he's around an attractive woman. He's going to look at it, he might flirt with her. The man is an old man. He finna hit the grave pretty soon. So he probably thought, let me get fresh with her.
No, you can't justify that. That's
well,
not
ain't justifying it. That's just something I'm saying. It ain't justifying it. Just because I say it don't justify it. But what I'm saying is that's what he did.
Every 68 seconds, understand this, every 68 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted. Every 68 seconds.
We're not talking about sexual assault right now. We're talking about people accusing people of of looking at them damn too hard.
Yeah, go.
And the words out their mouth.
I'm going by what the article, what the headline said. It was sexual assault. He's being accused of sexual assault. What I'm saying is there's a sexual assault happening every 68 seconds. If you want to talk about a Me Too movement, if that's the case, it's every 9 minutes a victim or a child is, what is it? Hold on. 25 out of every 1,000. Oh, well, hold on. No, that's the wrong statistic. That was about the perpetrators. Victims. But like the number of victims, in other words, what I'm trying to say is the people who are part of that Me Too movement is a good 50% of the country. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many people who at some form of time have experienced some form of assault or inappropriate behavior. You'd be surprised how many people.
But now, what I'm saying is that those statistics are good. Okay? They're good for us to know because those people are sexually assaulting people. When you're talking about, I looked at a woman the wrong way, or that I might have missed and touched her when I was passing by to get by, or and they take that and tell me this to me did something to you. No, that those claims are bogus.
You know how I see it though. You know how I see it though.
Go ahead.
All right. So I see it. In my opinion, all right. So when you see Cuomo or you see Trump or you see R. Kelly or whatever, and you see that they're charged with get me out. So you see that they're charged with various crimes or whatever. Look at it. Is it okay? Are they charging him with a civil lawsuit or is it an actual a crime that they committed to where they're going to get time for that? Because for example, what's that football player name for the Texans to where he was accused of sexual assault or whatever, but in none of those cases, Watkins. So in none of those cases are they actual felonies or misdemeanor. They're all civil, meaning money's involved. Now, not to say that every person who gets raped or whatever is lying, because I do believe that there are some scumbags out here who do rape women, but for a man for some men who's at a position to where, let's be real with you, that pussy coming down a dozen to where it's being thrown your way.
Show, big man. This ain't Friday.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But I'm sorry. But
let me say this. As of I'm reading the statistics, okay? and then this is why I say this when you say what you say. All right. As of 1998, so it's been a while. Okay, so this number is probably a little different in 2021. But it says as of 1998, an estimated 17.7 million 17.7 million American women have been victims of attempted or completed rape. I'm not going into all my business.
We don't have a problem with that.
Finish, Julius.
You don't need to finish because we're not talking about rape.
That's what he just was talking about.
We're not talking about rape. Ain't none of these guys rape nobody.
R. Kelly
Governor Cuomo ain't raped no damn body. Chris Cuomo ain't raped no damn body. We're not talking about rape. That's a whole other subject for another day.
Category.
That's another subject for another day with those stats. We're talking about the Me Too
family show, remember?
And these bogus ass claims for these women.
Right.
It's a
That's
family
what we're
show,
talking
remember?
about right now.
Hey, at the end, listen. At the end of the day, you know what? At the end of the day, is this: we already know who behind this in New York. All right, but my thing is this:
how do we know that though?
Listen, at the end of the day, trust me. At the end of the day,
watch scandal.
When you listen. Let me tell you something, big man. Let me tell you something about this so-called American goddamn it country. Let me tell you this here. Prime example with the boy in Houston, the quarterback. You didn't hear nothing. You didn't hear nothing about these rape. You didn't hear nothing about these harassment. You didn't hear nothing about this here until he decided he don't want to play for Houston no more. And the owner of the Houston football team is partnering with the Dallas Cowboys. They own these rich ass white men, and they told him, okay, so you want to leave us? Then okay, I got something for you. And then all of a sudden, they start coming out. It's who you piss off.
There you go.
In this country, it's what white man you piss off.
Okay. You had a point. Now. You had a point. But at the same time, though, what if he did it though? What if he really did? No, real talk. Okay, listen. Hear me out. Okay. So this guy in 2 years had 30 massage therapists, and they all saying the same thing. You got 30 massage therapists. I can see 4 or 5. You got 30 women doing the massage on you. Now, look, I don't know if he did it or not. Listen, but at the same time, 30 people come and
big man, listen. You got 30 massage therapists. Okay, you got 30. Okay,
I don't even need 4.
Listen,
give me 3.
But at the end of the day, if you giving 30 of them 20,000, 30,000 to come up with this, they railroad.
Look, I tell you what it is. This man got a fetish. That's what it is. He has a fetish. Real talk. Because look, now all I'm saying the same thing. He wanted a naked massage to where he wanted it done a certain way. Right, you know what I'm saying? This man has a fetish. Now, I'm not going to go as far as say, he sexually assaulted these women or raped these women. But this man seriously got an issue. You know what I'm saying? Now, far as Cuomo go, hey, look, I don't know if he did it or not. But at the same time, though, you know what I'm saying, to say that he didn't do it because he's a man of power. Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know he had 30 massage therapists.
He had 30 massage therapists.
Okay, but listen, 30. And they all knew that he wanted a naked massage.
Hey, look.
They came there for a purpose.
Yeah.
For a naked massage.
And he probably was cheap.
Come on now, we can't. The man that has a fetish, there's something wrong with him.
He got a fetish.
Something wrong with him. Just like something wrong with Trump, but the law should apply evenly to every damn body. Hey, Trump like to go in and look at little girls.
One more thing.
Hey, put that comment back
one more thing. One more thing. All right, my question. All right, here's my question. Why does everything always got to revert back to Trump? That's the same thing they did to Obama. This man Obama wasn't even in the White House, and they blaming him from shit 2 years later. Nah, hold the people who's in office now accountable. That's how I feel. Stop. Let's get off of him. Let's get off of him.
Hold on. Huh? That's what we're talking about, because when Trump was in office, it came out that he liked to grab women in the pleat, and he felt that was okay. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about he was not held to the same standard.
Okay.
Wait, let me finish. He was not held to the same standard as Governor Cuomo has been held, or has Chris Cuomo has been held, or other people. That is the issue, young man. That is what we're arguing about. We're saying that the former president of the United States, where there is documented evidence that he has done inappropriate things to women and young women, and he, out of his own mouth, has said it's okay to do invasive and assaultive things.
While he was in office?
Yes, they had the video. Where were you?
You got to show me that video. What I'm trying to say,
it don't matter whether he's in office or not. He was in power.
All I'm trying to say this right here, right? Hey, look, okay, he's out of office. Okay, that person who's in office now, he's being accused of this crime while he's in office or whatever. Now, look, I don't know if he did it or not. That's not my business.
Listen.
But
big man, power and money equates to the same thing, whether you're in office or not. Trump had power. Trump was putting people in office, so he had more power than people in office.
Okay, what you're saying though is right now you're saying that the reason why this whole Cuomo shit is this Cuomo stuff is coming up is because of Trump.
No.
Earlier.
They didn't say
you said that earlier now.
Big man,
that was her opinion.
No. You said that, Julius.
I never said that Cuomo stuff coming up because of Trump. I said that Trump is not being held to the same standard as he is. I think Cuomo problem is his own problem. Cuomo like to touch women. Cuomo like to kiss women and men. Cuomo just he's a touchy-feely type person.
Okay, so my question in the beginning is, why does all this? Okay, so my question in the beginning is, why does this gotta always revert back to Trump? Trump ain't in office right now. That was Cuomo in office. You know what I'm saying?
We got to have something to compare everything to. That's why this world works.
When you understand how power works, and a person that understands how to use power to get what they want, it's not going to be in front of, it's like having faith. They ain't going to do it in front of you. Watch Scandal. If I want that presidency bad enough, I'm going to do everything in my power to get obstacles out of my way. And that bastard, like you heard from Natalie, he done made me look bad. He up there in New York. And guess what? Cuomo, if anything happens, I guarantee you he was going to be the next vice presidential candidate. So
last time I checked,
he's going to be the next presidential candidate. How about this guy, Matt Gaetz? What you say about Matt? Matt done been sleeping with 15 and 16-year-old girls, but he's still in office, but Cuomo, all he did was proposition some girls.
Let me finish teaching you about power. Why in hell will he come after Kemp, his own boy? Because Kemp did not do what I told him to do. So the power I got, I'm gonna get his ass out my way.
Last time I checked, NYC, that's a blue state. That ain't a red state. That's a blue state. So regardless of anything, that state ain't gonna change nothing for him. That's a blue state.
That's his state, though.
That ain't never going red, though. That ain't never going red.
That's not true.
You ain't.
When the last time y'all seen NYC go red?
I'm gonna tell you when the last time was, because I don't remember the last time, but I can tell you this.
Exactly. You can't remember it.
Let me say
Robert, you muted or something. I don't know what's wrong with your thing.
Let me say this.
Let Natalie go then, Robert. Go ahead, Natalie.
I worked in an appointed position for his father, for Mario Cuomo. That was my first job out of college. Okay, I've been in what you're talking about. I've lived it. Okay, so what I'm trying to get you to understand is that there's no way in the world that this was not an orchestrated thing. That's how politics works. It is a power thing. That's how politics works. It is a money thing. That's how politics works.
Understandable.
But also understand that I stopped working for Mario Cuomo when he lost the election to the Republican, turning the New York to a red state, of Georgia
That's the
Tech.
government
So
race.
you not tell
Okay.
me
That's
that
a
Let her
government.
finish,
cannot
Big man.
go.
Big man, let her finish, Big man.
I said presidential. Presidential.
It don't matter
Look,
what
You
it is,
said
big man,
that
president,
the blue state of New
a
York
governor.
cannot become.
I said,
You
when's
said
the last time you saw NYC go red as a presidential race,
Then-
not the government race, presidential race.
If it go red
Presidential
for one,
race.
it'll go red for the other one. They ain't going red.
Hey,
It
go ahead.
doesn't
It
matter
ain't
whether
going red.
it's
That's the thing.
red.
It
Sexual
ain't going
assault
red.
doesn't have red, blue, green, or anything. It's power and money.
That's it.
Go
Let
ahead,
me show
Dr.
you how
B.
power works.
Man, they all corrupt.
Go ahead, Dr. B. Go
Hold
ahead,
on.
Dr. B.
Hold on. Why would Trump come to Georgia to endorse Stacey Abrams over his own Republicans? That's power. That's power. Let me show you another piece of power. Last year, Daniel Blackman and I ran a race in this state against two powerful Republicans. You know why we lost? We came that close. And at the last minute, the governor of this state came in and exerted power. Power and money speaks. And you don't see it. It's like faith. It's not visible. But when you understand how power works, oh man, please. That man got more money than the Democratic Party alone.
All right, we
Hey,
got
man,
12
you know what
minutes, people. We only got 12 minutes. Jamar Torre, I guess you were looking in. You wanted to say something. I see. We glad that you can join us as late as you are.
He had to go get the juice.
What's up, Nut
Oh,
Man?
the nut juice. I forgot.
I was handling business. You know,
Okay.
I'm
You was
not.
at
You
the
know,
factory.
we was at the factory. Then we had to go handle other stuff on the west side. So we are the one man NAACP here now. Now we not taking the title. Victor Cooper gave that to me, and I was hesitant. But then my brother Victor Cooper, I said, I gotta go and do that because again we got issues. But I said I gotta go at least come on the Rabble. That's why I did that. I'm ignoring Bernard Brown right now because again I'm being decent right now.
Okay.
All right. Okay, Nut Man. All right.
But we are on our last two subjects, and they got to be quick because we only got 12 minutes left, or 13 minutes left. 12.
We're going to have Ray versus Man on the last two subjects.
The last one is the lightning round. Is we had one more before that. R. Kelly. Y'all can say what you got to say about R. Kelly in the next few minutes, and then we'll be on our last subject before we get out of here. Great show, great talk, great discussion. Natalie late, Jamar late, but y'all go ahead and give up. R. Kelly, Jamar, do you want to say anything profound about R. Kelly's conviction?
Well, the one thing I would say that people ignored a lot of stuff, because again, positions and titles. That's why I tell folks I don't have a respect for that at all. And so we weren't concerned about what was happening to Black women, and that is an issue that's going on. Black women are missing, and we're not saying anything about it. And so this trial with regard to Black women also being involved in this right here. So we got to increase the humanity and respect for Black women, not just talk about it. We need to be about it.
Right.
All right. Dr. Robert?
Yeah, I'm with it. Teray hit it right on the head.
Yeah.
Okay, big man.
Yeah.
R. Kelly.
I agree. I mean, if he did it, let him burn in hell and in jail.
Should somebody else go with him because he didn't do it by himself?
Yeah.
You had his little handlers bringing these young girls to him, and they knew what was going on. So, it's more than R. Kelly that's guilty.
You know what? Is R. Kelly, is the people that brought these girls to R. Kelly, is the girls' parents that some of them know about it. You know what I'm saying? Is everybody need to be in a box and cat their ass right there where he's going, because there's a lot of people was involved. Period. At the end of the day,
I got a question for the men out here, right? Whenever you meet a girl, let's say, okay, you meet a girl in the club or whatever, she got a banging body, pretty face or whatever. Is the first thing you ask, hey, how old are you? I don't ask that. I ask, how you doing? What's your name? And so and so. Now later on, I might find out. Now, I'm not saying that as any type of cover for him, but it's just ironic how all these reports I've been hearing is I met him when I was 17 or whatever, to where I don't know. I don't know.
Natalie, R. Kelly, Natalie. Quickly, you got to talk into the mic.
Did
You're
you
not.
hear what I said?
Nah.
What you mean quickly? Listen,
I said,
We
I'm
can't
gonna
hear
say it
you.
real
you was
quickly
talking
and
this
concise.
way here. You got to
Well,
talk this way.
listen, can you hear me now?
You taking Charlie
been a
Brown place or
pedophile.
something?
How you gonna let me tell you? R. Kelly been a pedophile. R. Kelly been a pedophile since before he married Aaliyah. He married Aaliyah illegally when Aaliyah was 15 years old because she was pregnant and he wanted her to have an abortion and she needed a consent. And that's how that happened. Yeah. Understand something. He's been a pedophile. People look the other way because he makes money for the record industry, because he made millions and millions of dollars for people, including himself. He's been a pedophile. He is a pedophile. And the people, yes, the people who brought the girls to them, they should also be charged as accessories. And so should some of them girls' parents who brought their daughters to him when they knew, because they knew that's what he liked. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to bring my underage child to stay with any grown man.
So I take it you're not going to listen to R. Kelly music no more?
I don't.
Never liked his music myself.
Because of that?
No.
Not because of that. I haven't listen, I also worked in politics, then I worked in radio. I worked around R. Kelly. I met him personally.
My thing is
not a very nice
man. Touch you?
I don't understand.
I'm too old for him.
Children. Go out there,
14, 15.
woman that like you, go buy you a prostitute. I mean, come on, man. You ain't got. I hate when people mess with kids. Yeah. That's some ass stuff.
And then R. Kelly. I mean, we can't say that you're gonna not like his music because you still listening to the national anthem, aren't you? They did more harm to this country and to us than anybody and anything ever happened. How about
we
that?
Ain't gonna front. We ain't gonna front and say, hey, I never like R. Kelly music now. Hey, come on now. We ain't gonna front now. We ain't gonna front. Come on.
No, you done did some
everybody who black listen to R. Kelly.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Everybody who black jam R. Kelly. Now you hear folks talking about, so yeah, I ain't never like R. Kelly. Come on now. Come on now.
I can fly.
Come on now. We ain't gonna front.
R. Kelly made some of the best music. Michael Jackson. Well, you want to bring Michael Jackson up? Michael Jackson ain't never been found guilty of nothing.
Yeah.
I think they were lying on Michael Jackson.
I was jamming on what it is on Thriller last week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. His music is timeless. Now, if he did it or not, if he did it, that's wrong. That's wrong.
I do not listen to R. Kelly because of his pedophilia. I don't listen to R. Kelly because he was a jerk to me. I don't like R. Kelly.
That makes sense. But see, I wasn't talking about you though. I was talking about Dr. B when he said, hey, I don't like R. Kelly music. I'm like, come on now. Everybody and their mama jam R. Kelly now. Come on now. We ain't gonna fit on R. Kelly like that now. Hey, right or wrong.
Didn't really care for his music. I mean, I'm not trying to hate, but didn't.
Understandable.
He's a Miles Davis type guy. What you say, Bernard?
Hey,
Brown on Missy Elliott type, R. Kelly talking about remix to whatever and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Bernard.
Yeah.
We got with 6 minutes.
We got 6 minutes. I'm just saying this here. Hey, it was a great show. All the conversation we had was great. And Nally and Big Man and RG and Jules and the Nutman came in late. Hey, it was good. And like I said, man, if people don't tune in to all our shows and watch us, man, they crazy.
Missing some jewels.
Hey, yeah, Big Man, you got an open invitation to come when you feel like it. We here every Wednesday at 7.
That was last minute, I just hopped on, man. It was last minute, but
yeah, you got an open invitation because you are very knowledgeable on the subjects that we're doing.
Thank you, sir.
Our last subject for the day is where is Charlie Brown? And when have y'all spoken to Charlie Brown? Jamal, you need, when this show is over, I need you to find out there was a ransom. Somebody called me, said they wanted $150, and I never see Charlie Brown alive again. And
Jamal,
I'll take it to it.
Jamal, who playing victim now?
So I'm trying to figure out what the deal is.
Where to go, Julius?
Huh?
I ain't saying that.
Julius.
Wait, who go, Charlie?
Yeah.
I don't know. They did the voice was muffled. I thought it was Jamal playing God. You know. So I'm wondering who the hell is that? I said, where should I leave the $150? They told me to take it to 54 and Waters and leave it in the phone booth. I say, they still got phone booths? Say, it's an old phone booth right there. Leave it in the old phone booth and they'll pick it up. So I took the $150, but I still ain't seen Charlie. So I'm trying to figure out whether I should call the FBI.
This is what we should do. This is what we should do. Hey, Joe, take that that program a couple weeks ago, right? And rerun it. And rerun it. And we'll have our answer. Just go ahead and rerun it.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put this one on as a rerun, and I'm gonna put that one on as a rerun after for Thursday.
Hey, Julius. Hey, so I got a question for you, Julius.
Yes, sir. Gotta make it quick.
All right, quick. All right, two things real quick. All right, last show I said my best friend wasn't my wife, right? I apologize for that because actually she is, you know. Give me because you know y'all said saying, hey, you was like, hey, you know, you messing up, dog. But you know what though? You're right. I did mess up. She is my best friend. That's my heart. But secondly, you know, I didn't know that you was running for mayor. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that.
You was broke that night because that was up the whole time. But you do know that there's 11 different shows on this platform, right? They come on every single day of the week. Okay. We got 4 or 5 new shows coming in the next couple of weeks. So you mixing America After Dark with the Rabble. So these are totally different shows.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're all different. We're the
same people though, right? It's the same people.
No, it's 11 different shows with all different kinds of.
Hey man, show me the
and then apologize on my show. Okay,
that's what I'm gonna do. Hey, I'm gonna come on here on Friday. And I'm gonna make an apology to my wife. You know, I apologize.
Okay, go apologize to her right there too. Jamal.
Man, all behind Jamal and Bernard, they get you in trouble every week.
You ain't lying. Shit, I had to go home behind that shit, you know.
It wasn't pretty. I told you.
Jamal, come on, we got 1 minute, y'all. We got 1 minute.
I'm gonna get you in trouble for real.
I'm gonna throw this out here. We need to start a campaign to support returning citizens. You know, we need to do that. We need to start a campaign to support returning citizens, have some type of rally. If it's an online rally, we need to have some type of rally to go and throw it out there and say that folks need to have their rights restored and also have their rights to do what they need to do for this society, for this country, for our community. So that's one of the things I want to come on and share that.
I agree.
All right.
I appreciate it. And that's what we need to do. We're going to be talking more about it on the incarceration to incorporation on Friday also. And y'all make sure y'all tune into all the shows 7 days a week, big man. This is where we at. We got shows coming on Thursday and Sunday after a while, even though those are days that are kind of open right now. But we got shows coming on those days also. But we got the replays and everything are all during the week. But we got 11 different shows. Y'all tune into them. We got 4 new starting with Sandra McKeithen and some more. We got a real estate show. We got a bunch of stuff coming. Natalie, got any last words? I got to go.
Hey, just everybody keep getting in good trouble.
All right. Good night, America.